Hi there and welcome to Thursdays with Annette. I'm coming to you live from Bali. I'm celebrating with my beautiful husband Billy our 43rd wedding anniversary today. So we've been reminiscing and just loving ourselves up a little bit and feeling very special that we get to spend our lives together. And I'm super thrilled to be able to come to you live here from Bali. I mean, who would think, you know, over the other side of the world, and I'm seeing you today. So the show for today is talking about how to avoid gaining weight on holidays. How perfect, because where am I? On holidays. And you can check me out because I've got no jewelry on. I wear my wedding band because I want to make sure everyone knows I'm married. Take off the watch, I don't care what time it is, take all my jewelry off. And this is the first time I've put makeup on because I didn't want to scare you guys too much. But look, you know, I was thrilled with last week's show. You guys really were loving up on the butter chicken from book 4. And I've got some comments that I really want to share with you, which were really fantastic. I mean, all the comments I get, I love. But Kaz Lee wrote, I tried to buy the books and nobody had them, not in the newsagents, QBD or in Big W. And that's right, unfortunately they're not in newsagents at the moment. There's a stock take going on. They will be going back into the newsagents early September, but they're not sold anywhere else. They're only in news agencies, they're not in bookstores or anything like that at this point. But you can also get them on my website. And because I've got this special deal going right now, I think you'll love, where you spend over $100, you get free postage, so you can still get the cookbooks and it won't cost you extra to get them delivered to your door. Now, Jennifer wrote that she says, loves your cookbook. I've shown everyone, and every minute I have spare, I am reading your books. And every day I choose a dinner and lunch out of them, and the hubby is loving it, so that's fantastic. Cheryl Marie wrote that her mouth was watering watching me cook the butter chicken. You make everything so easy, Annette. I'm not known for my culinary skills except when I make your recipes. Happy anniversary and have a lovely holiday, and thank you. There was lots of lovely wishes for the holiday and the anniversary, and thank you guys for that. It's a very special day for us today. Now, Steph also said this is the best butter chicken I've ever had, and it was so easy to make. Good on you, Steph. Now, Lois, love this recipe. And the last one I got was from Paula, who wrote a really lovely long message, but I've actually summarized it for you. She says, I've been so confused with all the mixed information and books available on dieting. And how many thousands of people are like that, Paula? So I haven't really done anything, she says. Everything seems complicated and hard work. Till I watched your show and you make so much sense. Please keep doing the show. I'm finally finding it really helpful and motivational. So thank you so much, everybody, for your good wishes and your positive thoughts for the show. Now, of course, we have the winners from last week. They win book 4, and we've got a Kiwi on the winning list. That's right. We've got Donna Griggs, who is our first international winner from New Zealand, Kelly McLean, and Lena Aliotta. You guys were the winners from last week's show, and you'll all receive, when I get home, I'll sign you a book 4 and pop it in the post. So get ready for that. And I have something planned for a giveaway for this week as well. Now let's get into the show. I want to talk about my 12 tips to having a great holiday but not coming home with a great weight gain, because it always seems such a good idea at the time when you're on holidays and you're just loving it all, relaxing, and then you come home and you get on the scales and it can shatter your world. And I'm speaking from a lot of experience there. So I want to share my 12 tips with you. All right, so let's get started. The first one is be prepared. Now this is, when you're packing, don't just pack your swimsuit and that. Pack in some healthy snacks, like some muesli bars, snacks, fresh fruit if you're traveling, the way you can take fruit. Also things like almonds, make sure you've got lots of water with you when you're traveling. And I think it's really important, that you do think healthy when you're packing. Now, the other tip too is, what you could also pack in there is your high fiber cereal. So, you can take your cereal, your liter of skim milk, the long life. I always take a bowl, a spoon, and you're really set to go for a quick, easy breakfast, cheap and easy, and it's when you're on the go, it's just handy. Now, keeping with breakfast, my third tip is the dreaded buffet breakfast. I mean, we all love them for about 3 days and then you get so over it, yeah? Well, I've got to tell you what I do, because I'm not one of these people, and you know, this is it, admit your weaknesses or failings. If I go into a buffet breakfast, I can't just sit there and have a piece of toast and a bit of watermelon. You know, I want to have, you know, a treat. So what I do is I go in every alternate day and have the buffet breakfast. And then on the other days, like today, for example, because I know we're going out for a fancy dinner tonight, I've had my shake. So I bring my fantastic breakfast shakes. I had the iced coffee this morning in my room so I could sleep in, and it was so easy. And I really love that. Now tomorrow, I'll go in and have the buffet breakfast, and I find that that works really well. Now, the fourth tip is the other things that you can pack away in your bag is like Ryvitas or rice cakes. Little cans of the tuna or the salmon, the cup of soups. I find these type of things really helpful. Or go to the shop, wherever you, when you get there, go straight to the shop, get your Flora Light, your skim milk, whatever it is you need, so you are ready to go. Now, the fifth tip is kind of about my routine. So what I do is I have, you know, a light breakfast, a light lunch, you know, a snack in the afternoon, maybe some an apple or some almonds, and then I go out to dinner and I have whatever I want. I don't care. I might have 2 courses, I might have 1. I don't know what I'm going to do, but it's up to me because I'm about maintaining my weight on this trip. It's not about losing weight. And this is the 3 things you can do. You can decide well, let's say number 1, you can decide that you are going to go away on holidays and you're going to still lose weight because you're, you know, in that mode, you don't want to mess it up. 2 is you're like me and you think, look, I'll be happy just to maintain my weight when I get home. Or the third option is you just give up and don't give a crap. You know, you don't care because you're on holidays and you want to reward yourself. They're the 3 choices. Now, I remember taking the third choice a lot, and I tell you, you will regret it when you get home. So I'm hoping these tips are going to help you. So with the routine as well is, you know, just make sure that you stick with like light lunches, for example, like I'll have like a salad or sandwiches or a soup for lunch. You know, don't be ordering hamburgers and fries and pizzas, especially if you've had a buffet breakfast. And this is where I find if I've had the buffet breakfast, for lunch I'll just have a couple of Ryvitas and an apple because I really don't feel like a lot to eat. But by about 2 o'clock, you know, you do start to get a bit hungry. And the other day we'd had a big buffet breakfast thing, and I decided actually to have a shake for lunch, and it was fantastic. So, you know, I think it's really good to have these tools with you on holidays. Now, the 7th tip is dinner. So the choices I make when I go to dinner is lots of seafood. I love seafood when we're away. And you remember, like Bill and I travel a lot. I mean, we're on holidays right now, but we travel for work a lot as well. And so, you know, with dinner, I really like Thai. I avoid the coconut cream ones where possible, you know, in the sauces. But stir fries, grills, those type of things are fantastic. And always ask what you're going to get with your meal. Like if you are really choosing number 1 where you want to lose weight, you might want to find out if there's fries on that plate, because you know what, it's really hard to resist them when they actually land right in front of you and you're hungry. So just have a bit of a thought about that. Number 8 is about desserts. Now, a lot of times, you know, it's all about treating ourselves, and I find that just the fact that I haven't had to cook while I'm away is enough of a treat. But with desserts, I always tend to share them with Bill, and he loves desserts, so his share is normally bigger than mine, and that way I sort of save on the calories and I'm still getting a treat. The other thing you can do, and I'm not a coffee drinker, but you could have a skinny cappuccino instead of dessert, because I know that that will help you feel a little bit more satisfied with something after dinner. So try that when you're on your travels. Number 9 is alcohol. Now this one can be a little tricky because you're on holidays, you want to have fun, and I get all that. But you've got to remember that there's no, I know you're not going to believe me, but shut up, there's no nutrition in alcohol. There's no benefits to drinking it apart from pleasure. So just think about the extra calories you're going to consume. So maybe think about like having a light beer, mix your spirits with diet soft drink, and maybe mix your wine with mineral water. Or maybe do what I do and have the alternate breakfast, maybe have the alternate days where you have a drink. But always remember, everything in moderation is the key to good health, and that really is very important when it comes to alcohol. Number 10, and I find this really easy when I'm on holidays because it's about being more active. You know, I've got more time on my hands, so we always, after breakfast, we go for a walk along the beach, and I feel like a halo comes over my head and I feel so great about myself because now I can bludge for the rest of the day. So I get it out of the way early because, you know, you've got a whole day, and what am I going to do today? Let me think. Lie on the beach, swim, read my Kindle. Yes, I can fit in a 30 or 40 minute walk for sure. And this way, you know, by exercising, I'm motivated because if I am having a few extra calories, I'm burning them up a little bit more. And, you know, I love to shop on holidays, so Bali's a great place to shop. So we're walking overnight as well. So, you know, be as active as you can, like golf, tennis, swimming, you know, any of those sports that you like to do on holidays is fantastic. Number 11 is, you know, make sure you stay hydrated when you're on holidays. I had a friend go to Bali a few years ago and landed up in hospital really sick because he was so dehydrated and hadn't drunk water for a day or so. So please make sure, we don't want you landing up in any foreign hospital. So make sure you look after yourself while you're traveling. And, you know, just make sure 2 litres a day is really a great aim. And we've been buying the 1.5 litre water bottles, and I have one of those with me, and I want to make sure I've drunk that by about 4 o'clock. And that just is my reminder. But it's easy to do because it's hot and gorgeous here in Bali right now. It's a little bit overcast, which I'm really grateful because I'm on the roof of the restaurant here. And of course they're not open for lunch today, that's why we can come up here. But it's not so glary, and because I didn't bring my sunglasses up with me, so I'm really grateful for that. But behind me is the Seminyak Beach. And this is where I'm spending my 9 days relaxing and having a fantastic time with my gorgeous husband, Billy. Happy anniversary, Billy! Happy anniversary. All right, now our last tip is number 12. And this is about the reality of holiday. It's not just about food. You know, there's so much to a holiday. It's about, you know, spending time with your partner, your family, your friends, having fun. You're not going to work. You know, the phone's not ringing. There's no demands made on you, and you can relax and have a lot of fun. Food is part of it, but don't make it the number one on the list. It is really about, when you come away, is you pack your good intentions with you. And remember, you're going to do either 1, 2, or 3. And you can aim really on holidays to do the 80-20 rule. So it's about like 80% healthy, 20%, you know, whatever, have it as it is. Now, as I said, I plan to maintain, and that's my intention, and that's what I'll do. I do really, as I said, you know, love to eat the seafood, and I don't use holidays as the excuse to just binge and to go for it. You know, the key here is, you know, if you're a celiac, for example, you know, you can't eat wheat and things like that, bread. So when you go on holidays, you can't just suddenly go, well, I'm not going to do that now. I'm not celiac on holidays. No, because you will land up in hospital because it can be quite dangerous for a celiac to eat wheat. So this is how I am. You know, I'm like the celiac. When I go on holidays, this is Annette. This is how I live my life. I love the way I choose to eat and live my life, and I take it with me when I go away. And that way I know that I'm fine. So just remember, you know, it's all about your intentions on how you look at your holiday. Now, next week, I'm going to be back in the kitchen. I'm going to be cooking a dessert, and it's one of my favorites. It's super easy to make, and it's the caramel banana self-saucing pudding out of book 3. I kind of feel like we're still in winter mode, not that I feel it right now. So I want to do a winter pudding before we get too warm into summer. And it's just a great recipe, and I'll talk a little bit about desserts next week as well. Now, I'm going to be giving away next week, so I've got a prize for you. It's book 7. The reason I picked book 7 to give to you for this week is because I've actually got a Balinese recipe in it, and it's called Balinese chicken. And so I thought it was very relevant for being in Bali right now. It's the only Balinese recipe that I've got. So what you're going to do is you're going to go here, hashtag simply too good in the comments, I want you to like the top of it, say like. And if you want to be given notifications of when I come live, then all you've got to do is go on and do the following, press on following, and you'll always be notified for me. So you'll never miss Thursdays with Annette at 2 o'clock. So you like, share, because we need you to share so you qualify to win the cookbook. And then, as I said, hashtag simply number 2 good in the comments, and you could be a winner, chicken dinner. Well, or a recipe book. Book 7 is fantastic. I love book 7. It has got some incredible recipes in it, and I can't wait for you to win that. So really what I want to remind you about is when you're on holidays, be the healthy, fabulous you, because when you go home, you're going to be so proud of yourself. Follow my tips. I hope you wrote them down, or you might just have to watch it again and replay so you can make notes, because the 12 tips is exactly what I do when I'm away. You know, I live and breathe healthy, and when I'm on holidays, I still have treats, but it's just all about many things on holidays for me, not just the food, as I said. So I hope this has helped you today. We'd come back next week, and I'll be back in the kitchen, as I said, next Thursday. I mean, who knew weight loss could be so deliciously healthy? And I want you to check onto the website, because remember, you can get that free postage with the cookbooks now. Go to www.simplytoogood.com.au. And thank you for joining me on our 43rd wedding anniversary. Love you, Billy. See you next time. Bye.